Hi, Stewart. Lovely to speak to you today. I'm so excited because I'm in the middle of judging a category for the Holistic Scotland magazine's Wellbeing Awards, first ever this year. And honestly, we've got some fantastic products in to judge, and some of them beautiful skincare products. And you know what I'm loving at the moment in terms of purity is that people are taking the notion of self-care to another level. So, for instance, one of the contenders actually has their own flower meadow that they maintain organically so that they can tend the flowers, make the distillations, make the creams and the sprays and the everything else. They are there from seed to product. Wow. And everything is absolutely beautiful. And you can feel the vibration of it. Purity, not a huge list of ingredients, just pure and simple, lovely product. They smell gorgeous, they look gorgeous, lovely packaging, simple. I'm really enjoying seeing that. And this is a trend that I've noticed, particularly here in Scotland. I mean, I'm sure it happens elsewhere, but we're seeing it quite a lot in Scotland. There seems to be a marvellous resurgence in an understanding of the world around us and the countryside around us, and managing that so that we nurture the environment as well as ourselves. It's just beautiful.
And it must be very encouraging for you, having set up the Pure Place for exactly those reasons, to be seeing around you, rather than you have to be sort of banging the drum and saying we should be doing this, to actually see that people are responding by, I think they are becoming more aware of the need for things around them, and not to put sort of untold badness on your skin, in your mouth, or around yourself in terms of things that are good for you.
Absolutely. But then the other thing, though, is that I was reminded the other day that not everything that's natural is necessarily good for you. So sometimes we have intolerances, we have allergies, and we have to be aware of that. Yes, one of the things that I tried recently gave me a very bad rash on my face, which I wasn't best pleased about, I have to tell you.
You've got a very pretty face normally, so if it was all blotchy and horrible, I should think, oh dear, that's an upset.
Yeah, it was. It was all blotchy and horrible. So, but then I was kind of grateful in a way, because it reminded me that not everything is great. Now, I suspect that one of the products that I'd put on my face was the culprit, and it had quite a long list of ingredients. In general, I tend to steer clear of any product that has a really long list of ingredients.
Right.
I just kind of think that sometimes it really works, but there's a greater propensity for there to be something that isn't quite right in there. I don't know. That's my own feeling. I don't.
Well, JJ, let me tell you something that doesn't work. If you hit yourself in the face with stinging nettles, your face goes all blotchy and red.
True fact. Absolutely true.
And people will tell you that stinging nettles are, one, natural, and two, good for you. I've never found, when I get hold of them or they hit my legs or my face, I've ever found that they don't hurt.
Yeah, indeed. And so we have to be aware of that. Not everything in every
category.
Every sort of mode, is going to be good for us. So, for instance, I can't use tea tree oil. I find it too much for me. Although tea tree oil has fantastic benefits. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. But I can't put it on my skin without getting a reaction. It's a bit too aggressive.
It's an aggressive thing. I have the same issue myself, that I have to be careful how I use it, because it doesn't it don't react well together.
Yeah, so with everything, we need to be very conscious and very careful and make sure that, things do actually work for us that we're using. Some ingredients, for instance, like coconut oil, probably won't hurt anybody. I mean, I've never heard of anybody having a reaction to coconut oil, for instance. Maybe people do. I don't know. But it seems to me to be very gentle and very useful for everything. But when you get down to things like adding ingredients that don't come naturally out of the plants that you're using. By that, I mean things like geraniol, which people add to products. It's normally found in geranium oil, or that plant. But when you add it on top of an ingredient, if you see what I mean, it's an extract that you add. I think then we can start to find a few problems as well. Now, another example of that, I'm reviewing a tea at the moment. I'm just going to put it up online shortly, and it's a fruit tea. Not my preferred kind of tea, but it's a fruit tea which has on the ingredients list flavour, right? That amorphous word, flavour. It's like parfum in other things. Now, I found these guys online on Facebook, and I asked them what the flavour is. And I got a very lovely detailed explanation of how flavour is produced and everything, only natural things go into it. And I said, yes, but what natural things go into it? And they didn't get back to me.
No, I bet they didn't.
No. So now I find that the aroma from this tea, this fruit tea, is actually quite overpowering, and I don't really like the taste of it. And I kind of think if you need flavour to give it flavour, what's the point?
Yes, but some people feel that we're led by the easy tag lemon and ginger, or mint or chamomile and mint, and these things. So they deliberately over egg the smell to deliver that required smell, and so you think you're drinking mint, or you think you're drinking whatever it is you think you're drinking, when.
Yes.
Because it's not a black tea, it's not got actual tea in it, it's relying on herbs and things to make it like it is. It doesn't have the bottom end that tea, when it's dried, gives it. So they're trying to create an artificial horizon that says it's tea, it's mint tea, it's mint and chamomile, actually. You're trying to do a juggling act between the two. Because mint tea on its own, sticking loads of mint leaves in a teapot and putting hot water on it, if you let it seep for about 3 minutes, produces beautiful tea anyway. It doesn't need anything else. But to put it with, to create, I suspect, marketing's department's salaries, they should stick chamomile with it, stick ginger with it, stick whatever they like with it, and automatically you've got a different product.
Yeah, and I think this is one of the problems. It's all a bit of a marketing thing. It's all, we're all so driven to find something different and something new.
Yes. And
I would love for us all just to take a step back and say, let's just go for what's naturally tasty. Look on teas as less of a kind of recreational pursuit, although I do drink tea as a recreational pursuit, but let's think of them as well as a beverage that can do you good.
Well, it certainly can, because nature gave us the very thing to change the taste of tea, honey. Because there's thousands of different kinds of honey. So if you find one you like, or two you like, you can alternate them by just sticking a little dipper in the honey and stirring your tea with it. Job done.
Yeah. Absolutely. So it's a reminder that although something might be organic and it might be natural, how natural? There seem to be levels of natural when people talk about natural in products these days.
I definitely think that's the case. Yes.
Yeah, naturally derived or derived from something that is natural. But how natural is that? How pure is that? So I'd love for us all to just step back and say, no, we want to just get back to basics really here, because that's where we find the things that will really work on us the best. When we start complicating stuff, yes, it makes somebody loads of money, Somebody who has a tea business, they'll be making money because people go, oh, there's a new kind of tea. I'll try that. Oh, I quite like that. But let's just think a little bit more about what's going into all our products and what the effect that might have on us. I mean, I don't think that anything in this tea that I'm talking about is going to hurt me in any way, but I'm not keen on it, and it just doesn't sit well with me. The aroma, the taste, it's just a little bit too much. I just prefer something to taste of what it should taste of.
Yeah. But there again, some people might like the very strong wow in your face, and they'll love the teas, and you can't mitigate
I'm sure
that.
People will love it.
Tell us, The Pure Place, your wonderful website, where people can read all about what you're up to, amongst other things. Where will we find that? www.
thepureplace.co.uk.
There you go. And people can literally find out all about what Jennifer or JJ Stenhouse is up to in her travels to find the purest things.
Absolutely, and just information about stuff generally, interviews and, just thoughts on what's going on in the world in terms of natural, pure, everything, really, food.
You're listening to Stuart Sinclair on The Way Forward.